And so, guys, I'm going to put this video on to kind of introduce Jimmy on the call real quick, and then it's going to be amazing, y'all. All right, so go ahead, Eric. You got it.
Jimmy Meyer, our 1990 MVP. You know, Jimmy was something else. Jimmy was part of this second wave of young Tigers that just exploded A.O. Williams nationally. You know, as a coach, you look at all your players and you try to pick out their strengths, you know, the things that they're just the best at. Jimmy Meyer was just like the ever-ready bunny. I mean, he was a ball of energy, a ball of fire. He was always up. He was always excited. He was always motivated. And Jimmy Meyer built an incredible business, and that's why we're calling him one of our all-time great MVPs. I'm happy tonight in the Superdome at this historic event to recognize our MVP from New Jersey, the fabulous Jimmy Meyer.
You can never lose. Any day you want, you can start over again. Any day. But most of us aren't willing. Most of us hold on to the hurts of yesterday, to the problems of the past. It don't matter what happened yesterday. What matters is what's going to happen tomorrow. See, tradition told Jim Meyer at age 22 years old to go out and get a job, work 40 years of my life, and then retire like my dad did.
When I graduated college, I was excited about what's next. Being a basketball player, I realized that there wasn't an option for me to play at the next level. So it was time to go get a job, get into the workforce, had the resume, and it was a time back in '83 that people weren't looking to pay somebody a lot of money. As a matter of fact, they were getting rid of 50-year-olds and hiring 2 24, 25-year-olds. So I was disillusioned in a lot of ways, and thank goodness my dad had an opportunity for me to start with him in the Daily News, and I was working with him there. But man, the only difference between me and my dad, we made the same hourly rate, but he had more breaks than I got because he was there a lot longer. And I'm like, is this what I have to look forward to?
What the heck you doing? What's this you to A.L. Williams? What is this thing? Your mother just called me up, she's a nervous wreck. You're leaving the newspaper? I said, Dad, I'm so happy you're home, man. I'm gonna help you with your financial future. He said, I've known you 23 years, you ain't touching our damn financial future.
When I saw the marketing plan and how it was a pushing up people mindset, which I never heard of anything. The Daily News was, if I showed up to work, the guy behind me on the priority line didn't get to go to work. So there was no helping other people. Then they talked about, we don't care about your background, we don't care about your education, we don't care about your race, we care about your desire, your will to win.
As we sit here now, every single one of us have a chance to get better every day. But we ain't playing for a Super Bowl like they did 6 weeks ago. We're playing for your life. There ain't nothing more important in your life. See, it's yours, not the person sitting next to you, you.
If it's not making you toss and turn at night, you don't believe it. It doesn't matter if I believe it or not for you. I am telling you, from 1984 to 1986, middle of 87, most nights I got in bed exhausted because I was so I didn't want to miss this. I was so obsessed. I was so scared that one day Art Williams might say, you can't recruit no more. Whatever you got now is all you can have. And I'd be like, oh no! I don't see that in most people today.
So you gotta become excited. You know where excitement comes from? Inside. Not in the paycheck you get every week. It comes from knowing where you're going.
Doubt is the biggest dream killer I've seen in my 35 years. So we work very hard on getting people to keep your dreams bigger than their doubts. But the world we live in has so much negativity. and the news and just the mess, that crap. And it's worse now than before. It's always been bad. There's always been crap going on.
Art Williams writes a book called Pushing Up People. Man, oh man, and every night before I go to sleep, I read this thing, just a few pages. I hate reading, but I like filling my mind up with positive stuff. So many people go to sleep at night watching the news.
It's a choice on what we're gonna listen to. It's hard sometimes to believe that you can, you're one person away from an explosion. But that's the facts in our business. But the one person is yourself. When you start believing that, you know what? I can do this, and I am gonna do this. I'm gonna find that explosion. And you start walking a little faster, talk a little louder, smiling more. When I started smiling, I attracted people to the changes I was making because they saw them.
Be the best you can be. It don't matter what the guy next to you does. It matters what you do. I think it's that burning inside, that clear, concise mental picture of knowing where you want to be.
I got my license in June of 1984, and there was a contest going on to win the Boca Raton Beach Club and Resort. I kept hearing about this Boca Raton Beach Club. It was a millionaires club, and we were fortunate to win that. And next thing you know, the man walks me up to the room, and I'm in this tower overlooking the Intercoastal, and there's views of the ocean. I started saying, you gotta be kidding me. And my belief level went through the roof to, I might do this, to I'm doing this. And not that I thought I fit in a millionaires club, but I wanted to. I love the people I met, Art Williams and the other leaders. They were down to earth, real people, former jocks, teachers, and I thought I fit in. Meeting those people live let me know that this is real. This is possibly gonna be my life. And what's amazing is it became my life.
You know, the team Jimmy built was just unbelievable.
Man, we are jacked up. If y'all ain't ready for this man right here, like Dick Walker says, your wood just ain't wet, man. Let's go. Listen to this, y'all. Jimmy Myers, right? Jimmy Myers, okay, started in June of 1984. 6 months later, in December of 1984, got promoted to regional vice president. In January of 1985, already had promoted 2 RVPs and has been on a massive run for the last 30 years, retired a couple years ago, and got reignited, refired up at the convention. And man, I'm telling you, this is going to be amazing because he got fired up again and he's back in the field building like the maniac that he is, man. On behalf of our parents, of Ed and Yvonne, on behalf of Jackie and Bryn and Eric, we're just so honored to have you here on the call today. Coach, let it rip. Y'all give it up for Jimmy Meyer.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It is great to be with you here. Greetings from Scottsdale, Arizona. It's bright and early out here. When Jason started asking me to do this, I said, boy, anything for the Ortiz family. You come from a hierarchy of greatness, and it is wonderful to be here with you. Thank you for those kind words. As far as us doing something so great, I don't know how great this is going to be for the next 28 minutes because this whole one more time movement that we started has challenged me like nothing has done, but I am loving it, okay? I'm telling you right now, in my 39 years of being in this business, I am more excited today than I've ever been in those 39 years. Yes, we've had an incredible run. Yes, it's been unbelievable how fortunate we've been. We came into business, as he said, in June. I got licensed in June of 1984, wrote 2 sales in June, wrote 29 personal sales in October, and I wrote a total of 72 sales in our first 6 months. We have not written 72 sales combined in the last 38 and a half years. Okay, this is an amazing business. We had an incredible run. And after 30 years, we decided to shut it down. We shut our base shop down. I didn't apologize for that. I was very clear. My original goal was to do that after 20 years. I wanted to work my ass off, get financially independent, get financially bulletproof, and get to a point nobody can do this to us. And after 20 years, unfortunately, Citigroup went from 50 down to $1. We lost millions of dollars, went through some personal stuff. So that was not a good time to shut it down. But at the 30th anniversary, we looked at all our stuff. April 3rd, going into April 3rd, 2014, we had more than we ever could imagine. We had yachts, we had airplanes, we had multiple houses, we had incredible cash flow. We said, we are done. Thank you, Primerica. Now, we didn't leave the company. You'd be a complete idiot to leave the company. They were paying us $50,000 a week to stay around and shake hands and smile and say hello to people. So I wasn't leaving, okay? But I was done changing diapers, okay? I was done being a father with an infant, because that's what running a base shop is, okay? You deal with infants, you deal with babies, okay? I decided to become a grandparent, not in my family yet, but in the business. I went around, hugged kids, said hello, and left. So I had a tremendous 8 years. It was unbelievable. It was great. I loved it. My life was unbelievable. Moved to Scottsdale. Me and Kimberly made some incredible decisions in our life. Our kids were doing great. I mean, it was just the greatest. Until the convention of last year. We went to the convention like we've gone to God knows how many conventions. Fired up, great convention. Yay! Woo! Great convention. Whoa! This is great. And then my good friend Danny Chamorro gave a talk. And he showed pictures of people that weren't even in the business or were making very little money in 2020. One couple were making no money, and now they were making $500,000. I saw other people go from 700,000 to $1.2 million. I saw other people go from 200 to 500. I saw someone else going from 0 to 300. I saw Danny Chamorro's key guy, Danny Barron, getting out of his mom, go from 400,000 to 2.6 million. And I looked at Kim and I go, this is unbelievable. Now, during those same 3 years, we went from 2.1 million to 2.4 million in our 6th, 7th, and 8th year of not working. So I was incredibly happy. I sat there and I go, this is unbelievable. And then the realization set in that I was tired of hanging around people my age. When you have a 39-year-old business, there's not many people in your business that are in their 20s that you've worked with for 39 years. Now, I'll explain that to you all because I know you might be a little slow out there. You might not pick up on that one. See, it's impossible to have somebody that has been in business with you for 30 years that is in their 20s. And the Ortiz family will explain that to you later if you don't understand that. But I was around a lot of 50-year-olds. And 50-year-olds are wonderful people. I'm 62, just turned 62 last 2 weeks ago. And we're wonderful people, but it's amazing how many people in their 50s and 60s want to talk about their damn doctor's visits. I got tired of talking about people's doctor's visits. And I'm looking at these 20-somethings making 300,000, 400,000, 500,000. And these words came out of my mouth. Be careful what you say. I looked at Kim and said, I think I might want to start a youth movement. She goes, what do you mean? I go, I think we should go start recruiting some young people and build a base shop and promote a couple RVPs. But if I do it, baby, I want to do it with you. You're going to have to get licensed. We're going to do this together. She goes, oh, that'd be great. Let's do it. Whoa. You have no idea what you're signing up for. And you know what? I had no idea what I was signing up for. No clue. Made a goal when we left that convention to double-digit recruit in June of last year. Okay, excuse me, in July. We came out of the convention at the end of June. We got home on July 2nd, okay, July 2nd, 3rd. I did a meeting with Miguel Ilridge on July 4th because I knew I needed to learn how to get people licensed, and he's very good. Him and Willie, that team is amazing at getting people licensed. Yes, on July 4th. I invited some people. They go, Jimmy, it's July 4th. It's a holiday. See, the one thing Jimmy knows is there's no holidays when you want to get your business built. So that was the day Miguel was available. So that was the day I was available. We had a great session. On July 5th of last year, I had a meeting with Danny Chamorro. Yes, Danny Chamorro. We're coming up on a year of this. Man, just gave me a beautiful introduction. 6 months in RVP, 7 months. Promoted 2 RVPs. Well, we're now in our 11th month. Now, the good news is this month we got some production in. Last month, we double-digit recruited and did 0 premium. 0. So don't be clapping for us. We ain't done nothing, okay? I looked at Kim and said, hey, baby, we could have not gone back to work and done 0 premium. You know what's sad? Some of you did 0 premium last month. The difference between me and you is you're okay with it. See, I'm not okay with it. I am a maniac. We set a goal. We're going to have 3 people make $25,000 in a month from our One More Time team that was not in the business when we were at the convention last June. We're going to have 10 people making $10,000 a month and 100 people making $2,000 a month. That was our mantra when we started last July. Here we are now. This month we have 2 people in our base that are gonna make $1,000. We're starting. It's a process. So in the time I have with you, I want to talk to you about the mindset that we have to do this. We're no better than anyone else. But you know what else? No one's any better than us. If you see somebody has something you want, if you do what they do, you'll get what they have. But most people aren't willing to do it. Most people are wimps. See, in our presentation we've used over the years, you might have seen it. There's been statistics shown over the years. It's been used often about 100 people at age 25, at age 65, 1%'s wealthy, 4% are okay, 5 are dead. The bottom line is 95% are either dead, dependent, or still working. 95% of the people after working 40 years are either dead, dependent, or still working. 4 okay, and 1 is wealthy. I'd like you in the chat, if you would, to put in the chat what you consider wealthy is to you. It doesn't matter what wealthy is to somebody else. What's wealthy to you and what's okay to you? Put that in the chat if you would, as I get a little drink of water. You guys got me a little fired up this morning. I just came out of a meeting with our so-called full-time team. We had 6 people in our virtual office. We were meeting, and they're making phone calls right now. I'll get back to them as soon as I'm done with this meeting, because you got to put a schedule together. So I'm seeing some numbers here. Oh my God, 100 million, is that saying? Okay, got some people that have been smoking some pot this morning here, I think. 100 million, or maybe taking something more serious than that, okay? God, it's popping up so quick I can't see it. Wealthy's 10, and there's no wrong answer, okay? But 100 million is the big one. I'm just telling you, that doesn't mean you can't do it, okay? But 10 million, 15 million, 50,000 a month, okay? $1 million a month, love that one, okay? So you have your definition of wealthy. What I'm going to do is go to my presentation, if I may, here. And I could share a screen. Let me go here. Where'd this thing go? That comment. Let me find this thing. Oh boy, give me a second here. I don't want to get rid of my presentation here. Where am I here? I got too many things going on. I'm in Zoom over here. I'm in my virtual office over there. Come on, Meyer, where is this damn thing? Here it is here. Okay, here it is here. All right, let me see. I hope I don't lose you. If I lose you, I'll call right back in. Oh, nope, I think I found it. And how exciting is it to be in business with your family like you have, man? You're such an inspiration to so many of us. Congratulations on that.
Man, let me tell you, Jimmy, it is a blast. I mean, I pinch myself every day, man. Just the blessings of being able to walk in the office and seeing, Jason and Jackie and Eric and Brent and all, and even the grandbabies hanging around, but Yvonne also, man, it's a blessing, man. And I'm telling you, if and a lot of folks will say, man, making $1 million is, man, putting a family together that are doing what we're doing or doing, because I never pushed Jason, never pushed Eric. These guys took it upon themselves as far as getting in this business and tearing it up. And man, it's just such a joy just seeing these guys, how competitive they are and how they're running the business as well. So
awesome,
yeah,
buddy. Absolutely.
Yeah,
awesome.
We're having a blast.
Good for you. Is that up on the screen or no? Did I share anything yet?
No, not yet, Coach. Not yet.
I did now, though, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Now we got it.
All right, good. And that's wonderful, buddy. So let's talk about one more time. For some of you, it's going to be the first time. I love it. Coach, I'm going to do it one more time, too. And I'm a little sarcastic. I'm like, you should try doing it one time first. let's forget about doing it one more time and let's try doing it the first time, okay? But we all have different definitions of doing it, okay? That's the one thing Art Williams is so brilliant. Way before Nike ever came out with that saying, Art Williams talked about doing it. So we talk about one more time, you get an understanding of how to move through it. Here it is right there. So whatever your definition is fine, but just make sure you end up at least okay. Don't be, well, you got no control of being deceased, but don't be working, and you probably might have some control of being deceased, but that's a different class. Don't still be working and dependent if you don't want to. See, what's so fun for me right now is this, even though the base shop did nothing last month, we still made a lot of money. Now, but I'm not justifying that. You shouldn't work for 9 months, whatever that was, and do no production in the base shop. But I have an incredible learning curve. I forgot more than most people have ever learned. So I have to learn again. I got to be humble. I got to go ask questions. I've told the guys that I recruit answers, but I will get the answers. No ifs, ands, buts about it, because we are going to promote regional vice presidents that make $25,000 a month. See, I wrote my way to 50 grand. That's how I made my first 50 grand. I made 70 grand in 1985. I wrote my way there. See, I'm working with people now. They got to get the mentality. They're going to write their way to 200 grand. These rings are beautiful. $100,000 rings, great. But let me be real clear with you. 100,000 in 2023 gives you the same purchasing power of less than 30,000. 100,000 in 1984 will buy you about 30,000 worth of stuff in 2023. So the guys I'm working with got to understand they got to make more than 100 grand for this to be worth their while and worth my while. It's got to be a win-win situation, or be a very happy part-timer and make $2,000 a month. That's my model. $2,000 a month. You take the first 500 of it. You pay yourself first. One of our principles in the How Money Works booklet. It is a shame how many people are involved in our business supposedly, and they don't follow the principles in the How Money Works booklet. Principle number 1, take control. Take control. Another one of the principles, pay yourself first. So a model I use is make $2,000 a month,
Take 500 of it, pay yourself first, put it into your Roth IRA, 500 a month for 25 years at a 9% return is $560,000 in 25 years. How many of you agree every extra 560,000 helps? This means yes. This means no. How many agree every extra 560,000 helps? Absolutely. So it's about getting people to have a game plan to be at least okay and not wealthy, and at least okay or wealthy. Make sure you're not still working independent when you don't want to do that. So you start moving through this. See, every one of us to become wealthy is because of the way we think and or what we want out of our life. It takes courage to win. It takes courage to do what you're doing right now. And I applaud you for that. I respect you for that. And I admire you for that. But keep on keeping on. See, the opposite of courage is conformity. People acting like everyone else. Art Williams always said, call me anything but average and ordinary. As I've embarked on this new movement, I'm pulling layers of pride off myself to admit I don't know everything. Man, when you're in your retirement, you know everything. You think you know. No. See, the opposite of courage is conformity. People acting like everyone else. Got to be different. At 65, we've not learned how to be financially independent. Why? We conform, acting like the wrong percentage group. The 95% who don't succeed believe their lives are shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them. Outer directed people. I had 2 coaches meetings this morning before this meeting, and the one person, well, you don't understand, I do this and I do that and I do this and I do that. I said, stop. Are you going to tell me why we can't get it done? Or are we going to figure out a reason to get it done? Oh, I want to figure out a reason to get it done. Then stop focusing on why you can't get it done. Whatever we focus on grows. We live in a society because of these damn things. People are consumed, they're obsessed, they're addicted to a bunch of bullshit. Okay? And that bullshit becomes their belief system. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do this. Yes, you can when you change the way you look at things. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people get on this world, the people get up and look for circumstances they want. If they can't find them, they make them. If they can't find them, they make them. Bob Sappert said, building RVPs who build RVPs in Primerica is the world's highest paid profession and gives you complete freedom. Freedom. See, I wanted freedom. You know what I've realized in 39 years of doing this? Bums have freedom. Homeless people have freedom. What's your definition of freedom? Mine is freedom with financial independence. Mine is living my dream life. I came to Scottsdale on Sunday. My driver took me to the house here, and I came walking. I'm going, I can't believe this. I've only had this house 2 years in Scottsdale. I'm like, Steve, I got this amazing house, and I'm not even here that much. I go across the street to my country club. I sit there and go, look at this place. They're the #1 player in the world, John Rahm's right there on the drive. Like Tony, like 5 of the top 20 freaking golfers. I'm like, I didn't even play golf when I joined this business. I joined this business, I wanted an apartment. I lived home with my mother and father. But I bought into becoming an RVP and promoting RVPs and working my butt off. Art Williams said, I'd rather have a 1% effort of 100 people than 100% of my own effort. But it takes your own effort to make it happen. See, Bob Sapp used to tell us, this is a marathon. This is a marathon. So when people hear this, okay, I'm going to pace myself there.
They didn't listen to the second part of what Bob Safford said. He said it's a marathon, but it takes a butt-busting sprint to get it going. A butt-busting sprint to get it going. How do you get it going? By goal setting and goal hitting. Goal setting, goal hitting. Getting better each and every day. And when you don't hit a goal, do an autopsy on yourself. Lessons learned, changes made. I have a meeting every Monday with a few RVPs who say they want to do it with us. And we review each week. What did we learn this week? What lessons, okay? Well, it was 7 months before I even knew how to use the field trainer bonus. I didn't even know how to use it. I didn't know there was no field trainer bonus when I built my business. I heard about it for years. Now I've learned how to use the field trainer bonus as leverage to get people promoted to district in their first month and get a daggum minimum $600 bonus. But I had to learn that. Be willing to learn, but it takes a butt-busting sprint. Just like the old rockets that took off at Nassau. They had these rocket boosters, these fuel boosters, the rockets in the middle, the fuel boosters on the side. It takes off, and it leaves the ground very slowly. And when it gets up into orbit, the fuel boosters drop off, and the rocket stays up there and orbits the Earth for weeks at a time. All the fuel is in getting it going. The question is, are you going to put the fuel in to get it going? Because it is a marathon. But don't forget the butt-busting sprint part of it. Some simple keys to wrap up. See, everything we do is developing transferable techniques. You're developing transferable techniques. If you're negative, your team will be negative. People ask, well, Jim, how do you get such an excited team? Now, our team is nowhere near as excited as it once was. Our new team is. Last night, we had 15 people in our base shop. We had 5 guests. They're excited. You know why? I'm excited. The 3 full-timers or quasi-moto full-timers that I just met with this morning, we were fired up. We were doing affirmations. We're getting ready to make phone calls. We're getting ready to go play a game. You got to be in peak state. Happy people attract others like them. Negative, frustrated people do too. You got a bunch of negative, frustrated people around you. Guess what that probably means? Got a bunch of negative, frustrated people around you. Guess what that means? You might be a negative, frustrated person. Change your attitude, you'll change your team. But also remember, you can't change your people. Change your people. I've never changed anybody except myself. Past negatives up, positives down. And last one on that is get tough. People say, oh, people are just wimpy today. People were wimpy in the 80s. People were wimpy in the 90s. People are wimpy in the 2000s. There are always a percentage that are wimpy. 80% of the people are going to be 80% of the people. We're looking for the 20%ers. And they're out there. So you're going to duplicate yourself. You're going to duplicate yourself. You be an example to your team. You got to become the master copy. I had to shut off a lot of stuff. Coming up on our 1-year anniversary. 1 year. Okay? 1 year. Man, oh man, but I'm pumped up. I'm still doing it. Because it'd be easy for me to stop. Oh yeah, now let me make it real clear. When I started, I looked at Kim and said, babe, this might not be the right time to start this. We're leaving for a Bahama trip next week, our family trip. We do a family trip every year in July. I said, then we come home for a week and we're going to go to Ireland for 10 days. Then we're home for 8 days and we go to, because if you remember, we had a Colorado trip last year with the company. So no reason to go to Colorado for 4 days. So we went to Colorado for 3 weeks. Then we went to San Diego for a week. I go, this might not be the right time to start. And then I looked at her and go, because of all that, it's absolutely the right time because of technology. I recruited people on Zoom. The explosion I got going on right now, it's not an explosion, but it is for us. So the explosion we got going on right now came from a guy I recruited when I was in the Bahamas. He was actually in Tampa. I did the presentation. He led me to a guy. The first guy wimped out, okay? But the second guy is going to be one of the people that make $25,000 a month. His name's Hogan, okay? He's a caddy at Old Memorial. He is a stud. He just retired. Monday was his last day being a caddy at Old Memorial. He's my first full-time. He will make $10,000 in a month before the end of this year. He's making phone calls right now, scared as can be. That's why I got to get back to him in a few minutes to go encourage him through those pain zones and make some phone calls along with him. But you're going to duplicate yourself. Don't ask other people to do stuff you're not willing to go do. Be a dadgum leader. See, speed of the coach, speed of the team. Simple stuff. Be the example. 4, sell, don't tell. Too many people tell people what to do. Sell them. Sell the sizzle, not the steak. You ever been to a steakhouse and it's sizzling steaks? Or a Mexican restaurant with fajitas? Oh, those fajitas go, and the smoke's coming, and you smell it. Ooh, I want that. Man, get fired up about where you're headed. 5, if it's broke, fix it. I've had a lot of things broken these first couple months. No big deal. Fix it. Autopsy. Lessons learned, changes made. Don't keep making the same mistake over and over again. I have made it a few times, but get better. Keep getting better. And last but not least, be a dadgum leader. Be a leader. A leader is not a title. A leader is a decision. Leaders don't show hurt. They don't show doubt. They don't show fear. Let me make it very clear as I wrap up. Leaders hurt. We doubt. We fear. But we're not going to show it because we're going to convince our minds we're going to make it happen based on what we want out of life. And last but not least, do what you're saying you're going to do. What a dadgum concept. How much better would North America be if more of us did what we said we're going to do? Hey, 3 people making 25, 10 making 10, 100 making 2. If it never happened, at least I know this. All I could do is all I could do. But all I could do is enough. Every single day, have a schedule. Go into the day. Plan your work. Work your plan. At nighttime, evaluate it. Grade yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Encourage yourself. Courage. Too many people discourage themselves. Every one of us are one person away from changing our lives, our family lives, forever. Make a decision that you're going to be that one person by changing the way you think. Don't conform and be like the 95% of the people. Be a maniac and bust through that conformity and have the courage for you to be the best you can be. I'm not competing with anybody over there. I'm not competing with anybody over there. I'm competing with the man I look in the mirror every morning and every night to work on getting a little better every single day. Because wouldn't you agree? We each get a little better every single day. The months go fast. The years go fast. And you'll look back a short few years from now and you'll be in shock. Wow, look where I am. The 39 years I've been here has gone like this. I used to be the young guy. Now I'm the damn old guy. But I might be the old guy, but I'm an old guy hanging around young guys that's going to keep me young. And we're going to go have a great time. And that's why I was so thankful for the Ortiz boys to reach out to me, because I want to be around that generation of people and find out the way they think and learn from each other. Because when it's all said and done, together, everybody achieves more. Thank you so much for having me this morning. I'm proud and privileged to be your teammates and looking forward to seeing you all win and win big for your families. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Let's
Coach.
go. Woo!
Amazing,
Thank
amazing. Hey, Coach, I'll pass it over to Anthony Bone Ortiz real quick. Y'all want to say anything?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I just want to thank I just want to come in here and thank the man. I'm telling you, Jimmy, the Ortiz family. I mean, we really truly appreciate you. Appreciate everything you've done for this company. Appreciate everything you've done for our team as well. We thank you so much, man. You always take us to that next level. And before I pass it over to Yvonne, man, just want to let you know, man, there's 3 generations here. There's our generation right now, which is right there in the 50s and 60s, okay? And then you got that next generation, which is Jason, and they're in their 30s right there. But then we got these young kids out here, man. They're in their 20s. They are tearing this thing up, man. And it's so exciting just to be around them and be part of this movement. And I know we're going to be taking it to the next level, man, because we definitely got the winners out here. We got some awesome leaders. I mean, if I start mentioning them, man, I won't stop. It'll take me all day, but they're great, awesome guys, So appreciate you being on the call. And do me a favor, whenever you see Rusty on the golf course over there at Scottsdale, give him my regards, man. That guy, without him, like you said, man, who knows where we'd be at right now, but we definitely wouldn't be in Primerica. So let him know that we truly appreciate him as well. All right. But Yvonne,
guys,
go ahead.
thank you.
Go mention something, because I know you got a lot on your mind there as well.
No. Just wanted to say thank you, Jimmy. I mean, it's always a pleasure to listen to you. Thank you for taking the time. I know you have a lot going on. We're excited to hear what you're saying, and we feel the same way. Our job is not done. We got a lot to do still, with this generation, and we're excited to be here. So guys, tomorrow's end of the month. Let's take some of the stuff that was said today, and let's make sure we go out there and finish the month strong. It cannot be a 0-by-0 month. We got to go out there and make it happen. So let's go do it. Thank you so much, Jason, Eric, for putting this together, and for all the leaders that every morning prepare this training for us. We love you guys.
Absolutely.
All right. Appreciate everybody. Y'all know who we are.
Aviators!
Let's go.
Go!
Right.